Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Welcome back to another episode of the Late Night Show with your host, Dr. Kojo. And I'm so happy that those words rhyme. Your late night show with Dr. Kojo. That's pretty cool, ain't it? That is pretty cool, ain't it? We're talking about signs that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD. It's going to be a very exciting live stream. I cannot wait to get into it. And also, if you're watching on Facebook and on YouTube, you should see in the title. It says, Come See Me Live in Houston. And that's a shout out to my comedy show. The Big Neurodivergent Comedy World Tour starts April 26th. April 26th, Houston, Texas. For more information, hit the link in the bio for tickets. I'm excited. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it. So go on, grab you a seat, sit down. I see AB on TikTok. Following in, I see Emily. What's up, Emily? Grab you a seat, get comfortable, get you some water, get you something to drink. I got my Manello super calm little mixed drink, whatever. Grab a seat, get comfortable. Use the comment section to let me know what your name is if I can't already see it and where you are checking in from. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Melinda says only 4. Melinda, look, I got more than 4. I wanted to keep it concise because at the end of the day, a lot of us are neurospicy, so we don't have the biggest attention span. But I got about 400 of these. I got about 400 of these. Emily, I'm happy to see that you went to the hospital and you came back and you're feeling good. Happy to see you. Happy to see you. Leilani, what's up? Leilani is our moderator. So big shout out to Leilani. She moderates from YouTube, from the New York City streets of YouTube. So thank you so much. We have people filing in. Ashley from Oakland, California. Ashley. We have Shell Stew on TikTok checking in from Western North Carolina. Keita likes this topic. Keita, I think you're going to enjoy this live stream. I think you're going to have a good time. Riley, I'm good. Sam is checking in from Ireland. It's 2:45 a.m. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attention. We have people checking in from all over the world. So I really, really, really do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And Emily, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. Going to the hospital is a sign of strength. And if more of us went to the psych hospital when we needed it, we would be better. I promise you. But the stigma, there's a lot of reasons as to why some of us aren't getting the help that we need. But that's neither here nor there. All right. Cleveland, Ohio is in the house. Boise, Idaho. Wow. Mariah from Idaho. We got love from Idaho today. Okay. People checking in from all over the world. All over the world. I'm excited. Riley, I don't remember you, but there's so many folks. So it's hard for me to remember every single person. We got love checking in from South UK. Love checking in from Dallas, Texas. Oklahoma in the house. Okay. People checking in from all of Florida, Albany, New York, Norway. I grew up in Norway, so shout out to everybody back in one of my home countries. Okay, no, it's 3:44 a.m. in Norway. Wow, it is 3:44 a.m. and you decided to give me your attention so you could learn about the 4 signs that your girlfriend has ADHD and autism. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I feel so special. I feel special. Thank you so much. Love from Raleigh, Buffalo, New York, Southern Mississippi, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Iowa. Okay. Washington State. Single mom goes to law school. What a name. What a name. Single mom goes to law school. I love that. Bradenton, Florida, Amsterdam, Germany, Tennessee, Indiana, Germany, Australia, Indiana, Tennessee, Washington State, Central Missouri. People checking in from all over. I'm excited, guys. I am excited. Covington, Louisiana. I enjoy your content. Well, I appreciate your attention. Texas, Florida, Maine. So we have people checking in from all over the world. And we're talking about the 4 signs that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD. So this is not one or the other. This is autism and ADHD. autism and ADHD. And Robin, we were between Oslo and Tromsø. That's where I grew up in Norway. My sister was born during the '94 Olympics in Norway, so they gave her this silver spoon. So I gotta make my way back to Norway at some point. I would love to do a show. I would love to have a comedy show in Norway. So I hope y'all accept me when I come on back home. All right, so 4 signs that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD. I think that one of the coolest things about the discourse that we're having online when it comes to neurodivergence is that we're finally realizing that people can have both, right? I think for the longest it was, oh, do I have ADHD? Do I not have ADHD? I might be autistic. I don't know. Like, I think I have autism, but I'm not sure. It could be ADHD. It could be OCD. It could be anxiety. It could be depression. I'm not sure. Now we know that people can have more than one condition. And as somebody who is a provider, I'm still a provider, guys. I'm still a board certified mental health nurse practitioner. I'm still an expert when it comes to this. Obviously, I do comedy, I make content, but I'm still an expert. All right. So I know that it's quite rare that somebody has just one. I don't see too many autistic folks walking around with just autism. I don't see too many folks who have ADHD walking around with just ADHD. It's normally one thing and then another thing and then another thing and another thing. All right. And Melinda, so these are 4 signs that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD, but you could also use this to try and see if your parents have it. Because look, if let me just say this, if your girlfriend has autism and ADHD, before you laugh at her, you're like, you got autism, you got ADHD. You have to figure out why you are dating her. All right. And I am uniquely qualified to talk about this because after I did some history, I realized that almost every girl that I've dated, I think at least the girls I've been like in a full-on relationship with, all of them have had at least ADHD. The past couple of girlfriends have had the autism. And now that I think about it, I'm like, dang, I think they have both. I really do. And I'm uniquely qualified to not only talk about this, but also to date them because I got ADHD too. I'm somewhere on that spectrum. That's why we connect, because it's really a language, all right? It's a way of life. It's a language. So if you connect with somebody who is neurodivergent, you better look in the mirror. You better look in the mirror because there's a good chance that you also need to come on up, get you a neurodivergent jersey. I'm telling you. And then we do have some folks like Carissa who, Carissa is neurodivergent, I'm assuming, and she has a neurotypical husband. So first of all, if you are not neurodivergent and you're dating somebody who is neurospicy and you're taking the time to learn about ADHD and autism and trauma and CPTSD and rejection sensitive dysphoria and learn how to regulate yourself. If you are neurotypical and you're taking the time out to learn about these things, a love of the show to you. A big, big, big love of the show to you because you don't experience these things. So you probably are looking at your partner like they're kind of crazy. All right. And maybe we are a little crazy. Maybe we are a little crazy. But life would not be so colorful without neurodivergent people. It would not be so colorful without neurodivergent people. And Mac, I'm sorry that the date didn't go well. Forget her. There's a neurospicy girl out there somewhere for you who is ready to accept your love. All right. Fun crazy. Yeah. Right. There's different types of crazy. The neurodivergent crazy is like fun crazy. All right. Fun crazy. And the things that we do, because we have positive traits of neurodivergence and we have the negative traits where we're depressed and it's hard to get out of bed and, we feel like people hate us. So we have that side. But the fun side of neurodivergence, people really, 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 really like that side of us. All right. So let's talk about some signs that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD. And before I get to the signs, I just want to say that these 2 conditions, they kind of contradict each other, right? Autism acts like a parent to ADHD. So ADHD wants to do whatever it wants to do. ADHD is all over the place. It's up, down, it's left to right. ADHD is like that Cyndi Lauper song where she's like, girls just want to have fun. ADHD just wants to have fun. That's all it cares about. Autism wants routine and structure. And autism doesn't like being thrown off track. So when you have these two conditions and you have them at the same time, the autism acts as a parent to the ADHD, kind of keeps you in line. So it's more fun to have both. I just want to say that. It's more fun to have both. Some people are like, oh, dang it, got autism and ADHD. No, it's fun to have both, right? And they can kind of cancel each other sometimes. They can kind of cancel out each other. And when I say autism parents to ADHD, it just kind of keeps the ADHD in line. Because if you have ADHD and you're spontaneous and you like to go off script and you like to have fun, life is going to be good, right? Life is going to be good because you like to do fun things and you don't like to stick to the status quo. At the same time, life is not all about having fun. Like, I wish it was about having fun, but you have to do things that you don't want to do. You have to make appointments that you don't want to get up and call. You have to file taxes that you don't want to file and give up the money. Like, you have to do these things. So autism helps to keep you in line. All right. So looking at my 4 things right here, I wanted 4 practical examples. 4 practical examples. And this is a relationship edition. So hopefully these things make sense to you. Let me copy and paste this right here. All right. And keep in mind that if you don't understand why your girlfriend does these things, just know that more than likely she doesn't know why she does these things, unless she's diagnosed and she's been watching me. Otherwise, she's not sure why she does these things, and she might think that she's weird, and she could be, but weird doesn't always mean bad. All right, weird is not like a curse word. In fact, weird is better than normal. Normal is a cuss word to me. All right, number 1 right here. Signs your girlfriend has ADHD and autism. She needs to know the plan for the date. Then completely changes it when you get there. All right. She is somebody who is premeditated. She plans things out to the T. She says, all right, we're going to go out. We're going to Texas Roadhouse tonight. We're going to Texas Roadhouse and we're going to be there at 7 p.m. So the date starts at 7 p.m. We're going to get the bread rolls because we both love the bread rolls. Okay. And once we get to Texas Roadhouse, we're going to eat and have a good time. After Texas Roadhouse, we're going to go to the movies. Okay. We're going to watch something that just came out. We're going to have a great time. After we go to the movies, we're going to get some ice cream. And this is what we're going to do for date night. This is what we're going to do for date night. Texas Roadhouse, watch a movie, ice cream, and I'm not going to bother you anymore. Your girl's like, all right, I need 1 day out of the week. And I don't care if you're neurodivergent or if you're undiagnosed, if you have no mental health conditions, I don't care who you are, the most busy person in the world, you got to give your person 1 day out of the week. If you're in a relationship, 1 day out of the week, 1 day out of the week. All right. So you agreed to do this. Your girl said, all right, Texas Roadhouse, movie, ice cream. Now you show up at Texas Roadhouse, you're ready to eat, watch a movie, and go out for ice cream. But the moment you get there, she completely changes it. She's like, you know what? I don't want to watch a movie tonight, but I do want ice cream. So how about we eat, let's eat the bread rolls, let's eat our meal, and then we'll just go home. And then we'll just DoorDash some food and we'll watch documentaries on YouTube. But the thing is, you are a little bit disappointed because you thought that you were going to watch a movie. So you're like, dang it. I thought, I got ready. I thought we were going to eat, watch a movie, have ice cream. And your girl's like, nah, let's eat. Okay, but then let's go home. Let's DoorDash something and let's watch something on YouTube. It's fine. Let's play video games. We don't have to watch a movie. And you're confused because this is the 1 day that you were actually ready to go out and watch a movie. Like, you were actually ready today. Now she switched it up on you. And my beloved Sue, maybe your boyfriend does have it. Maybe your boyfriend does this. All right. So the reason why the switch up is happening is not because your girl's a narcissist. The switch up is happening because she planned out the date. Okay. And this was the plan. She wanted to go along with it. Texas Roadhouse, movie. Okay. Ice cream. But when you showed up, her mood changed. It's the autism part that plans things out. ADHD is also, let me just say that if you have ADHD, you're probably pretty good at planning things out. The issue with ADHD is the execution. Like the hardest part about ADHD is doing the thing that you said you were going to do. So with ADHD, you might not be the best planner in the world, but like you will come up with somewhat of a plan. Just that the hard part is doing the damn thing. So your girl has autism and ADHD. The autism part is her planning out the date. She came up with the world's best plan. But when it came to the execution of it, she switched up her mind. She's like, you know what? I want to do something else now. And that's fine. I want to do something else now. And if you are dating this type of person, you need to know that they're not a narcissist. They're not playing games with you. They just didn't feel like it anymore. And they still have ADHD. So in order for them to do something, they have to feel like it. So I'm going to click Laura's comment. And Laura, look, Laura, Laura could teach a class on this because I can tell by her comment. Laura says, we now plan for the switch. It's expected, but we are married, been together forever. So if you want to have success in your relationship, you need to be like Laura. Love of the show goes out to Laura. Love of the show goes to Laura. We now plan for the switch. It's expected. They have been together for forever. So when one person does this in a relationship, it doesn't throw anybody off. In fact, you show up to a date just knowing that at some point they're going to get tired of it. And then now you can look at your partner and you're like, hey, you want to just get out of here? You want to just eat the bread rolls and leave and then we go home? And they're like, oh, I thought you'd never ask. Having to follow through on plans that you no longer want to do is the worst thing in the world. And normally you do this when you just started to date somebody and you're masking and you're performing for them. You don't want them to know how you actually are. So you're like, whatever, I'll just do this. Whatever. Yeah, I don't care. But when you know somebody, all right, and they know you and you don't have to mask around them, you can just bail out on plans that you already have. There's nothing like one of the best feelings of all time, if you are neurodivergent, is bailing out on plans that you made because you no longer want to do them. It's such a good feeling. There's nothing like canceling plans that I made, because when I made the plans, I was in a whole different mood. I was a different person when I canceled the plan, when I made the plans. But now today has shown up, and now I'm here, and I don't feel like it anymore. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So what do? We cancel it. We cancel it. But if you're dating somebody who you have to perform for, no. You follow through on things that you don't want to do, and it's just the absolute worst. And I agree with Andrea. We are the king and queen of nope. Nah, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. And that's okay. So if you're dating this person and they make plans and they don't follow through on the plans, don't hold them to it. Don't hold them to it. Say, okay, yeah, we'll go out tonight. If you put your shoes on and you get dressed up, look, I'm neurodivergent, so to have to put this tie on and deal with sensory issues and to put the suit on, it takes work. Look, it takes work to get dressed up. So if I put on this nice suit, right? And one of my wives is like, Gojo, let's go out tonight. And I'm like, all right, let's go out. And I put this on and she changes her mind. Okay. I didn't want to go out anyways. I mean, I only have so much social battery anyways. So if they pull the okie doke on me, they're not really pulling it on me. They're just tired and they don't want to do it anymore. And it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, one of my wives. We also have our own bedrooms for the shucking. Hey, if you have your own bedrooms for shucking, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that for the shucking. So it says one of your wives, there's your problem. No, that is my problem. That is my problem right there. You're like, you're not gonna just slide that past me. You're not gonna just slide that one of your wives. A week. A week. Oh yeah. The gray sweatpants. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna sell out the show in Houston, by the way. And I did make on live here. I said that if we sell out the show in Houston, I would wear gray sweatpants. So we're almost sold out. So it looks like I'll be showing up with gray sweatpants to the show in Houston. I'll check in with one of my wives, but the lenient one, I think should be okay with it. A guy asked me on a date, but I wanted to stay home, and he thought it was an invite. Well, look. Now, in his defense, Levita, you might have to explain. You may have to explain. You might want to explain. And I don't know who said the gray sweatpants, but I said that would happen if we sold out the show. So hopefully we can sell out the show. We're almost there. We are almost there. But like I said, I'll talk to one of my wives, and I think she'll be okay with it. I think she'll be okay with it. All right. The second sign that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD. And before I get to that, Sarah, you don't know what shucking means? Oh, you're asexual. Okay. That makes sense. If you're asexual, then okay, I get that. Okay. Well, shucking is what grown folks do. Okay, shucking. That's what grown folks do. The shucking. All right. Sinead, for tickets, hit the link in the bio. We're almost sold out in Houston, so my husband's not allowed. I'm weak. That's hilarious. I'm weak. The second sign that your girlfriend has autism and ADHD, right here. She texts you a paragraph, then calls to explain the paragraph. Okay? This is, if you're new to this, it's kind of confusing, okay? And it's kind of, I'm trying to look at this from the lens of a neurotypical person. How do I say it? Unnecessary? How are you going to send me a long paragraph? You sent me 3 paragraphs, and now you're calling to explain the paragraphs. Why don't you just call? I don't get it. Just call. Don't send me 3 paragraphs and then you call and explain. You're over explaining. And to the neurotypical brain, I would imagine that this is kind of annoying. Okay. It's a little annoying, and I don't know if they're going to tell you, but it's a little annoying. Even if they don't say it, they're going to look annoyed. Why did you text me this paragraph and you explaining it to me? Well, if I was a fly on the wall and I could talk to the guy, I would say, hey, relax, buddy. She has ADHD and autism. The ADHD side of her will make her jump the gun. So she'll send paragraphs and she'll do things before thinking it through all the way. But then she also has autism, so she likes to get all the details right. And she wants to make sure that you understand what she's saying. She wants to make sure that you understand what she's talking about. So many autistic people are taken out of context, and it puts you in a weird position where you have to explain what you're saying. Then you have to re-explain what you're saying by stating what you think they think you're saying. Then you state what you're actually saying, and you have to delineate. Well, you don't have to, but you feel the need to delineate and say, hey, it looks like I'm trying to say this, but this is what I'm actually saying. The neurotypical person would just in the paragraph and say, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. And guess what? Sometimes you can send paragraphs and people can not understand what you're saying. And then you can re-explain or clarify. But if you feel the need to clarify yourself before the other person has even had a chance to reply to what you're saying, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Why do you feel this need to explain yourself before the other person has even had a chance to know what you're talking about? And yes, Eddie, this live will be available to watch after the fact if you're on YouTube and Facebook. TikTok, they won't let that happen. I hate that that's the case, but YouTube and Facebook, the live will be available to watch after the fact. And we are streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, both my YouTube pages, Twitch, and TikTok. All right. So Tiana says, I definitely do this in the lab, overthinking. Right. Overthinking. Over-explaining. Feeling the need to clarify yourself. People, when it comes to autism, the average person, and I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know, y'all, but I think the average person, the average neurotypical person thinks that autism is Down syndrome. Like a lot of people, if you tell them to pull up a photo of somebody who has autism, they're going to pull up somebody who has Down syndrome because people don't get it. But autism really means that the way that you communicate and experience the world is different from other people. So it's a difference in communication. That's why you feel this need to over-explain yourself, because you know that people don't get you when you talk. And you know this because when you talk and you look at people's faces, they're confused. So you've had to steady people. You've had to figure out the different social rules that nobody explained. And you've had to learn all of these things after the fact. And you've put all the pieces together. And you do your best to explain and convey what you're trying to say. But every now and then, when you say something, you're not sure if people really understand what you're saying. So just to be sure, you wouldn't pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I know I sent you 4 paragraphs back to back to back to back, but this is what I was trying to say. And sometimes, depending on how well the person knows you, they're like, I get it. I know what you're trying to say. Maybe that's your safe person. And even if it is your safe person, when you're not talking to them and you're talking to the rest of the world, there's still that gap in communication. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what you're talking about. And look, for the woman who has ADHD and autism and is dealing with perimenopause, guys, this could be heightened. This could be a lot worse. This could be a lot worse. I just want to say that. This could be a lot worse. Aaron says, thank you so much for what feels like the only validation for my efforts. Crush today. Aaron, I'm happy that you're enjoying the live stream. And sorry that you've had such a hard day. Over-explaining because there's always hidden meanings, neurotypicals point out. And this is another reason why you feel the need to over-explain, because there are a lot of hidden meanings. And you have to learn these things before, you find yourself in certain situations. And there should be a class where we can sign up and take these. Like, we need classes where we can be taught these things. Not that we have to mask, but it's good to know what the neurotypical way of doing things is, so that way you just know the gap between what you're trying to say and what people understand things to be. Oh yeah, I did trim the beard and I got a little bit of a haircut. Looking fresh today. Haley says, what's interesting is when people tell me nonverbal kids can type out words to communicate. Yes, it's been a thing for a while. Haley, I agree. I agree. I think everybody should work at a special needs daycare, and I learned a lot from working with autistic kids. Working with autistic kids helped me simplify things. Simplification is the way to go. Simplification is the way to go. David says, my girl is literally ADHD and autistic. Okay. So she does the whole over explain thing, David. She'll send you paragraphs and then call just to make sure. And look, this is your girl, right? And you're her guy. So y'all already have context there. So theoretically speaking, her over explaining things to the rest of the world is one thing, but her doing it to you, you kind of feel like it's unnecessary because you're like, babe, I know what you're trying to say. Like, it's me. Like, I know what you're trying to say. You don't have to, I get you. I got you. I got you. All right. This one right here. This next one right here can make it look like your girl is a narcissist. And not to confuse y'all, right? But it's possible to have ADHD and autism and be a narcissist, okay? So I just want to put that out there. I'm not saying your girl's a narcissist, but it's possible to, to be all three. So not to make things confusing, but I just want to say that. All right. Third sign that your girl has autism and ADHD. She hyper focuses on the relationship early on, then seems distant a few months in. So if you are also neurodivergent, this probably doesn't freak you out as much. If you have no idea what neurodivergent is and you're normal, neurotypical, yes, this is going to freak you out. It's going to look like she love bombed you. Okay. This is pretty confusing right here. It's pretty confusing. Very confusing, because how do I go from being a priority in the beginning to being an afterthought? In the beginning, we're dating. Anything I need, you're there. You're going out of your way to make sure that I'm accounted for, that my needs are taken care of. And now it's 3-4 months in, and like, you're taking a long time to text me back. You're copying an attitude with me. What's going on? You're gonna think that she has somebody else on the side, or I mean, it's pretty confusing. Or you might think that she's re-downloaded the dating apps and she's keeping her options open. Why? Like why would somebody do this? You hyper focus on the relationship early on, then you seem distant a few months in. All right. So one thing that we do, those of us being neurospicy, is we feel emotions very intensely. And when we are consumed with something, that thing becomes like God to us. A relationship, a job, a hobby. Sometimes we can hyper focus on a person, and it's actually not healthy. It's actually not healthy. So you just got used to her being hyper fixated on you, which once again, it's not healthy, but that could be how she experiences love in the beginning, or lust, or limerence, right? It's not healthy, but you become accustomed to it, especially if y'all are hanging out every single day in the beginning. It's almost like a trap. It's almost like a trap. You're hanging out every single day in the beginning. You're watching movies. You don't care what time you go to bed. You're having a great time. Like, it's like you're asking yourself, where did this girl come from? Like, she gets me. Like, we have the best time in the world. Like, I feel like I can be myself with her. And I never have to worry about her texting me. Like, she's always texting me back quick. You text her, seconds later, you see the blue text bubbles. She's hitting you right back. Man, like, where's this girl been my whole life? My whole life, where has this woman been? And then when she returns back to herself, when she comes back to herself, it looks like she had been love bombing you the whole time. And sometimes it is a mutual love bomb. Sometimes it is a mutual love bomb. I will say that. Sometimes it is. It is. But limerence is a hell of a thing, y'all. And if you've never experienced it, I think everybody needs to experience limerence at some point in their life. Everybody needs to experience it. And if y'all are neurospicy, there's a good chance that y'all have experienced it and or may currently be experiencing it right now. But it is a good feeling. It's a great, that's the problem. It's such a good feeling that when you come down from the high, the other person or you think that something is wrong. And nothing is wrong. You're just coming back down to yourself. You're just coming back down to yourself. And someone says, explain, please. All right. So limerence is an involuntary and an unhealthy obsession with somebody else. Is rooted in lust, right? Is rooted in maybe love, but a lot of it is lust. And a lot of it is this emotional depiction of what you've made this person out to be. Okay. Sometimes the person is not even what you think that they are, but it's your idea of who they are. It's not actually them. It's your idea of this person. You put them up on such a high pedestal that they can do no wrong. Now, if it's a mutual love bomb, then all right, that happens sometimes. But when you're in a state of limerence, you're not thinking rationally. Now, with love in general, like when love goes into the brain, common sense goes out, right? But the thing with limerence is that you put somebody on a pedestal, it makes it very hard for you to set boundaries because you don't want them to leave. And it's not them that are leaving, but it's your idea of who you think they are. You don't want them to leave. And good point, Haley. You get instant gratification from somebody. It is hard to get over this. It's very hard to get over this. And I feel like you're much more susceptible for limerence when you don't have your own thing going on. This is why it's so important to be chasing your purpose. You have to have your own thing going on, not just a job, but you have to have something that you're consumed with, something that you are excited about. When you wake up in the morning, what are you excited to do? If you don't have something like that, you put yourself at a pretty high risk of being swept away by limerence. You got to be very careful. You got to be very, very, very careful. And like Pine Side says on TikTok, loving the potential, being an empath that you hurt yourself sometimes. Right. Right. And Loveland says, I ended up in 2 abusive relationships because of this. And look, sometimes you not to say that you wanted the abuse, but sometimes you will allow anything to happen because it's attached to this person. All right. So in the beginning of a relationship, if somebody has autism ADHD, they can hyper focus on you and the relationship. And when they come back down to a healthy baseline, it can look like they're pulling back. It can look like they have something else going on, somebody else that they're talking to, other priorities. But more than likely, you just got off on the wrong foot. But it's the foot that feels the best, right? It feels really good. And because we feel emotions so intensely, when something feels, I believe that when things feel good for us, it feels 3 times as good as it would for a neurotypical person. Like when we feel low, like we get low. But when we get high, we get high. Literally, figuratively. When things feel good for us, it feels really good. This is why anything that brings a big rush of dopamine, you got to be careful with. You got to be very, very, very careful with it. Very, 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 very careful with it. And B Banks is saying, I only liked my wife a little bit instead of limerence, and that's why I lasted. Right. And look, B Banks is hard. Especially if you like somebody too. The best thing to do, I think, is in the beginning, you have to have rules for yourself. The easiest rule, Shadi got low, that's funny. The easiest rule that I can tell y'all to do is in the beginning, don't see the other person more than once a week. I know it's not what you want to hear. It's not what you want to hear, especially if you have time. If you have 3 days open, you're like, I want to see them Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I got Monday, Tuesday, and Friday open. I want to see my person. Nope, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No more than 1 day a week. In the beginning, no more than 1 day a week. And it's tough because you know you want to see them, you want to watch a movie with them, you want to scroll on TikTok with them, you want to get the shucking with them. You know, you want to do your thing. I get it. I get it. You want to do your thing. You want to get to the shucking, right? We all want to get to the shucking, but if you want to know if it's real, 1 day a week, 1 day a week. So when you actually like become very busy, it doesn't look like you're pulling back. Like this is your actual life. No Mickey Ficky on this Thirsty Firsty. Yeah, that's funny. Wow. I only saw my partner every 2 weeks for the first 3 years. It actually worked. We go. And see, that's another thing. You can become overstimulated by somebody. And even somebody that you love. Talk to anybody who's married right now. Anybody that's been married. Somebody who's in a successful marriage, they've been married for years. Every now and then you need space away from your person. Look, especially if you're neurodivergent, you're gonna need space away from your person. It's now we all know those couples where they do everything together. They do everything together. They're attached at the hip, like Siamese twins. I know some couples they work together. Same job, same business. Look, whatever floats your boat. Do what you got to do. I think you need some space. I don't care how good the shucking is. I don't care how good the Mickey Ficky is. You're gonna need your space. You're gonna need your space. And in all actuality, we need a lot of space. We need a lot of space. And sometimes you'll spend time with somebody, but it's not quality time. Like, have you ever been around somebody and like you're on the couch and they're on the other side of the couch? You're scrolling on TikTok, they're scrolling on Instagram Reels. You're spending 4 hours together, but you said 2 words the whole time. Not all time spent together is quality time. We need time to ourselves. We need time to ourselves. All right, Ashley, I didn't say all this now. I didn't say all this now. But sometimes you feel this way. You're like, all right, like, please, like, go somewhere. Like, come back, but go somewhere. And I think that's a good thing. Like, you want your person to go somewhere, but you want them to come back. Kind of like a yo-yo, like go, but come on back. Come on back. And I can definitely relate. As somebody who's always on the road, constantly traveling. The hard part is the time that you spend with your partner. It's something that I think about a lot. And you know, I'm young now. I got energy, and you know, one of these days, I'm sure all my wives are going to be pretty upset, and they're like, "Kojo, like, come home. You're on the road too much. Come home. You're on the road too much." So, figuring out how to live harmoniously at home with your person is quite difficult, especially if you're gone all the time. Because sometimes you being gone is part of what keeps y'all together. All right. So don't you need to go to the store? Aren't we out of milk? Don't we need an oil change? Like, there's something for you to do. Like sometimes just going to the store, the grocery store, and just walking around can be therapeutic. You need time for yourself. You need time for yourself. And Fifi on TikTok says, I'm in a long distance relationship and I love it. Yeah. I think if you have ADHD, especially if you have ADHD, a long distance relationship is probably the best way to get to know your person. Really and truly. If you have ADHD, a long distance relationship is probably the best way to get to know your person. So that way you don't become too enthralled with them in the beginning, and you can actually take some time to get to know them, because they're in Cincinnati and you're in Los Angeles. You have to actually get to know the person. You can't just go over to their house and like get to the shucking, to the Mickey Ficky. Right. And look, when you're in a long distance relationship, you have to plan the time to go see them. You have to put an effort to see them. So when you actually pull up on them, you're spending quality time. Like, what do I look like flying to Cincinnati to go see you, and then I'm watching TikTok next to you? No, I haven't seen you all week. It's time for the Mickey Ficky. It's time for the shucking. It's time for the shucking. Yeah, guys, having autism doesn't mean that you can't like live and do everything. You just need somebody who understands you. I was getting distracted. Well, Jeff, she might have autism and or ADHD. She may have autism and or ADHD. I know. All of my wives got. How do y'all let me get away with this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How do y'all let me get away with this? The fourth sign that your girl has autism and ADHD. All right. Fourth sign that your woman has autism and ADHD. I was getting late now. We're gonna need his light. Yee. Yeah, look at that melanin. She researches the restaurant, the route, the reviews, the menu, and still cannot decide when you get there. All right. She researches everything about the restaurant. She knows every item on the menu, but is still undecided when you get there. And what could really happen is y'all could go to this restaurant, and when it's time to order, she's like, you know what? Let's just go to that one spot that we always go to. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. All of the research that went into this, and now what do you mean? I don't get it. You chose a restaurant. You looked through the menu. You called the restaurant in advance, and you confirmed that this was the special of the week, but you still could not decide. Being indecisive. And the ADHD part of you is going to want, right, chicken teriyaki. That's what I eat all the time. Facts. The ADHD side of you will want something spontaneous, but then the autistic side of you will want the same thing every single time. And sometimes when you have both, you'll delude yourself into thinking that you want something else, a new experience, but you tend to revert back to what is safe, the safe option. And trying a new restaurant is very difficult. It's very difficult because it's like, all right, I could buy the food. The food could be awful. The texture could be like, ugh. The smell could be ridiculous. Right? I mean, so many things could go wrong, but the one safe spot, you know that things will go right. So if we just go to Teriyaki Walk and get the chicken teriyaki, we'll be fine. But no, you wanted to try a new spot. And because you know how new spots can be, you did all this research, but still, you didn't want anything on the menu. How? And Jennifer, I'm curious, what has made these last 4 years better than the first 21 combined? Is it knowing about autism and ADHD? That's my guess. Tiana says, yes, because I want the same thing, because I don't know if I'll like it. Right. And one thing you'll see with your girl who has autism and ADHD is it can be hard for her to open herself up to new experiences, new music, new movies, new TV shows. She wants to watch The Office again for the 17th time. She wants to watch Ted Lasso again. You're like, no, there's this new show on Apple TV. Let's go watch this. Let's go watch that. No, I want to watch the same thing that I always watch because it's a safe show. I know it won't let me down. I don't want to be let down. I like the same foods. Yeah, that's your girl right there who has autism and ADHD. She wants the same thing over and over and over. Pasta. Pasta every time. Diamond on TikTok says she wants pasta. Chick-fil-A. Let me get a number 2 with large fries, the Chick-fil-A sauce, and a milkshake. Husband wants the same things, but he will try. This is a good relationship right here. Because if he gets the same thing, then he got his safe meal, right? He got his safe meal. He's good to go. But then when he tries your new things, this is a great way to know if you want something or not. It's a low stakes way of trying new things. In fact, if you have a partner, you should be trying your partner's food. But you get your chicken teriyaki, so that way it's like, all right, I know I won't be disappointed. This is funny. This is funny. I don't like things for aftertaste either. Ugh. Ooh. We are now in the honorable mention section of the live stream because there's a couple of things that are autism ADHD coded. If they have multiples of the same tank tops, pants, yep. I mean, I do that. That might be my most autistic thing. All of my suits are from Suit Supply. They're all custom fit. I have to have them a certain way. This is navy blue. I have black. I have gray. I have dark gray. Tie is from Suit Supply. When we find something that works for us, we want to get the same thing in multiples. For those of y'all watching at home, that's a good sign that you could be on the spectrum if you buy the same type of thing, just in different colors. Because it's like, all right, I need different colors. So let me get a white tee, and then a black tee, and then a red tee, and a gray tee. Same brand, same fabric, same thing, same size. So now you don't have to try on every single thing because you have one of that thing. Ooh, I love it. I love it. No way he's sharing his meal. Mr. Burke, share your meal with your lady. Share your meal with your lady. Lacey, I appreciate you. And yeah, you can do this as well with your siblings. It doesn't have to be your partner, but it's a good low stakes way to try a new meal without it being your meal. Just trying somebody else's. The past 4 years are the best because we are both on the spectrum and admit to it. Embrace our similarities and differences. His goal is to oh, Jennifer, you got you a man who wants to spoil you. And X was a narcissist in denial of his ADHD. And guys, this is why it's so helpful to make the transition from undiagnosed to diagnosed. And even if you're diagnosed, you need to be aware of, look, there's 3 steps, guys, going from undiagnosed to diagnosed. Number 2, figuring out how the condition affects you. And then number 3, figuring out the plan. Okay, something was going on with me. I had no idea what was going on. I know I'm autistic now. Great. Number 2, I've done the research. I now know how autism affects me. Awesome. Number 3, what's the plan moving forward? Now that I know that I'm autistic, what am I going to do? Oh, okay, I'm going to get multiples of the same clothes. All right, okay, cool. When I go out to eat, I'm going to eat the same thing over and over. And if I try a new spot, I'm going to make sure that I go at the end of the day or at the beginning because I get overstimulated easily. Oh, I'm going to give myself more time to get things done because I have ADHD and I suffer with time blindness. Oh, I'm going to give myself time to hang out in a car after work and scroll on the phone for 15 minutes and not blame myself because I struggle with transitions. So the key is to know yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. That's the big key. We use the word unspecified anytime we're unsure. So if we're not sure and we don't want to specify things, we just say unspecified. If we have a patient who you think that they have bipolar 2, but it could be bipolar 1 because they had a manic episode. You're like, I'm not sure if it's bipolar 1 or 2. You put bipolar disorder, unspecified. Bipolar disorder, comma, unspecified. Yeah, because you're not sure. So you just want to be like, I'm not sure. That's a very professional. Unspecified is a very professional way of saying, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is it level 1 autism? Is it level 2? Because you wouldn't confuse level 1 autism with level 3. You wouldn't really confuse those. You confuse 1 with 2, and you confuse 2 with 3. So if you're not sure, unspecified. Right. Fancy words. Unspecified. Unspecified. It's just a nice way to say, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Jeff says, maybe my wife is right. I might have autism. Can't wait to see if this is going to be a crazy event. Jeff, look, if she has autism and you completely get her, Jeff, I'm not trying to diagnose you, Jeff, but what I'm saying is you might want to come on up and grab you a neurodivergent jersey, pick a number, put your name on the back, put Jeff in big words. Hey, Jeff. Hey. Jessica, what's going on? So when I said struggling with transitions, the person who asked on TikTok, so one thing that those of us who have autism and ADHD will probably do is struggle with transitions. So if you have autism and ADHD, you have a brain that's built for depth, not for constant switching of tasks. So this means that instead of having 10 small problems to solve, you would do better with one big problem to solve. That's as best as I can put it. 10 small problems to solve throughout the day could be very hard for you because you might not get from problem 2 to 3. You might get stuck on them. But if you have one big problem to solve throughout the day, you would do way better because you have a brain that's built for depth, not for constant switching of tasks. So if you struggle with transitions and you struggle to get up and do the thing, yes, that's ADHD, but also that could be autism as well. You struggle terribly with that? Well, look, if you struggle with this, first of all, if your room is, let's just say your room is dirty right now, right? Let's say you're watching this live stream and your room is dirty and it smells funky. You haven't taken a shower, you haven't brushed your teeth, the clothes haven't been taken from the wash to the dryer, and your to-do list is just stacking up, all right? If this is what's happening right now, and it's 7:38 California time, and all day you've been thinking about how you want to clean your room, but you couldn't get it cleaned, you have two options. You can clean your room, which is really hard to do because you can't get up, or you can get rid of the desire to clean. Just stop wanting to clean your room. It's not giving up. It's giving yourself relief. Tell yourself, all right, you know what? Well, from tonight, 7:38 p.m. until the rest of the night, I no longer want to clean my room. I'm not going to care. And you will have peace, which is something that you haven't had all day. So get rid of the desire to want to do the thing that you can't do. And tomorrow you'll have a better shot at doing it. But if you blame yourself for being lazy and you tell yourself that you're not capable of doing things and you continue to talk to yourself in a bad way, then you're just going backwards. Because think about it. If you wanted to clean your room all day and it's the end of the day and you haven't cleaned your room, you would have been better off taking the whole day off. You would have been better off just saying, I'm going to rot in bed today and I'm going to watch TikTok and I'm going to order DoorDash and I'm going to laugh and take a special gummy and laugh the day away. And then tomorrow I'm going to be busy. And because you're neurospicy, if you did that, you would at least enjoy today. Then tomorrow you would use the good mood and the momentum from today to clean tomorrow. So sometimes you have to just stop wanting to do the thing. And look, this is why it's important to know the type of brain that you have. This is why you need to know if your girl has autism or ADHD. This is why you need to know if you have something, because when you know this, you can operate differently. Brooke, controversial question, but I definitely think that there's a link between ADHD and infidelity. Let me close this right here. And look, what I'm saying I'm not saying that everybody who has ADHD is gonna go out and get 4 wives. Like, all right, okay, all right, I'll stop. I'll stop. Let me be serious for a moment. I'm not saying that everybody who has ADHD is going to be unfaithful. All right, but when you have ADHD, you have these big emotions, and it's very difficult to know what it means. So let's say I'm here. It's me and my girl right here. I see another baddie in the corner. All right. I can think, oh, damn, that's a beautiful woman. Okay, cool. Let me go about my day. Because you see a beautiful woman doesn't mean you have to go talk to a beautiful woman. It's like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. If you have undiagnosed ADHD and you're feeling these deep, intense emotions, let's say you got into an argument. Look, and guys, I just want to say, I'm not justifying cheating. Let me get serious for a second. I'm not justifying cheating. Okay. So don't take me out of context here. But I'm trying to paint a picture. I just got into a big argument with my girl. And because of this argument, I take it as a sign of rejection. So now I'm feeling the deep, intense, uncomfortable feeling of rejection. Dang, my woman has rejected me. I feel awful. I'm the worst thing on the planet. Now, random beautiful woman, or let's just say coworker, single coworker is talking to you. Oh, you seem like you're having a bad day. Oh, it's all good. Just a lot of issues at home. Now, it's not really the best idea to confide in anybody of the opposite sex at work or at church or anywhere. But let's just say this is happening. All right. Oh, well, you know what? You're a hardworking person. We appreciate you here at the job. Now you're like, oh, wow, this person appreciates me. This person is not rejecting me. Because you feel every emotion so intensely with ADHD and it's hard to deal with big emotions, you could stray away. A lot of people who have been divorced, a lot of infidelity, a lot of cheating, a lot of divorces boil down to undiagnosed mental illnesses that we don't want to acknowledge. And if you acknowledge these things, it will put you in a better position to save your marriage, to save your relationship. And once again, it's not a justification for cheating. Cheating is not acceptable because nobody told you to be in a relationship. If you want to, slang and shuck every word, just be single. It's pretty simple. So there's no there's no justification for cheating. But when you deal with big emotions and you don't know how to regulate yourself, you make it easier to stray away. You make it a lot easier to stray away. When you have a hard time regulating your emotions, guys, that's what ADHD is. ADHD means you struggle to regulate your emotions and you struggle to regulate your attention. And Kate Reed, this is recorded. All this is going to be recorded and be on YouTube and TikTok. If you guys really think about this, if you struggle to regulate your emotions and you struggle to regulate your attention, how doesn't that set you up for things like cheating, for financial trouble, for getting behind on things, not having the focus to make a doctor's appointment? Once again, it's not a justification for cheating, but that's like, I know I have ADHD. So am I gonna, like, what's the point of me going out, marrying a woman, bringing her into my world, and I'm like, I go cheat. I have all these affairs all over the place. Oh, babe, I got ADHD. No, it's my responsibility to keep my appointment with my psychiatrist. It's my responsibility to go to CVS and to pick up the Adderall. It's my responsibility to sleep on time. It's my responsibility to go to the gym and to regulate myself. But undiagnosed ADHD, yes, I think that there is a link between that and infidelity. Elizabeth says impulsivity leads you to 4 wives or cheating. That's funny. 4 wives. My mom has been married 3 times. She's ADHD. She also traveled with money and is keeping jobs. She gets bored. Brooke, all of this sounds like ADHD. Not being the best with money, having a hard time keeping a job because you're bored. Sometimes if you have a job that gets boring, you have to make up a fake game within like your brain. Make up a game where it's like, oh, okay, all right, if I don't get this job done today, something is going to happen. Or like, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Or if I get a lot of work done today, I'm going to watch the Lakers game. Like you have to find ways to make life like enjoyable. Like you need something to look forward to with ADHD. You need, and also don't skip out on fun too. Don't skip out on fun. That's how you crash out with ADHD. You're skipping out on fun. Oh yeah, I'm like lock in all you want, but better find a way to have some fun. Have some fun. Oh yeah, a lot of small decisions lead to infidelity. It's small things where it's like, it's like you're talking to somebody. Oh, I had a hard day. She's like, oh, you had a hard day? Well, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. I appreciate you. You're like, my wife doesn't appreciate. I'm happy somebody appreciates me. You work so hard. Why are you hard on yourself? You are worthy of respect and love and attention. You're like, who is this woman? Hey, you want to have lunch tomorrow? Well, you have a wife. She's okay with me. I'm just like, it's not like we're shucking. All right. All right. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. 3 weeks later. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. My husband and I both have ADHD. We're very loyal, but before we got married, it was common for us to notice these things, but not act. More so have a conversation about our days. And see, Jessica, love the show right here. Love the show because it's much better. Like, this is why you need somebody that you can be real with. It's much better to like go home to your partner and say, hey babe, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, we've been having a hard time and there's just one baddie at work. All right, so the way I talk is very different, so don't talk like how I talk. All right, but I'm the type of person to come home and be like, hey babe, man, like, I know we haven't been talking a lot, but like, there's just one baddie at work. She comes in with these tight scrubs and like, that thing be thanging, but like, she be trying to flirt with me. But sometimes like I have these emotions, but like, I'm telling you because like I'm gonna be upfront and I don't want to do anything, but my head's just been kind of confused right now. And then your girl's like, thank you for letting me know. Like, let's talk these feelings through. It's a safe space. And have you noticed that anytime you talk about something that you want to do that's bad, something you shouldn't be doing, when you talk about it, you normally don't do that thing. You talk about it, you give yourself a safe space to be like, you know what? That's not a good decision for me to make. No, Kojo. No. Look, why do you have to give the baddie an STD? What? Look, she could. She could. She really could. She really could. I used to encourage my first husband to give a pretty lady a compliment if he went out to the bar. Oh, okay. Okay. And I find when people can talk about this stuff freely, like, there's less shame, because what keeps all this stuff concealed is shame. And if you have ADHD and or autism, you need to, every person in here who is neurodivergent, you need to ask yourself, what's your relationship with shame? Shame and guilt. Guilt is unlike in what you've done, and shame is unlike in who you are. Shame is what conceals all this stuff. So if there's a heavy element of shame, it prevents you from making a change. So I know I'm joking, but like, it's important to talk about these things. You gotta talk about these things. Let me see. I seem to attract undiagnosed infidels. I wouldn't call them infidels, like, that's something I've learned about life. The older you get, I mean, I've become so much more understanding of anybody. Anybody can cheat. Anybody can steal. Like, And this stuff happens fast. But before you know, growing up is doing the same thing that you judge people for, and you're like, okay. You grow up and you're like, damn, I really am like my dad. I am like my mom. I am like my uncle. If a guy calls her a friend, it just means that he hasn't shucked her yet. I know guys I know guys who have shucked her and she's still a friend. You never know what two people are shucking. You never know. You never know. You never know. Regina, welcome to the live stream. Happy you're on. Yeah. Shame. And at the end of the day, it boils down to this, Alicia. No, actually, I agree. We should be complimenting people. But it boils down to this. A lot of people don't have the safe space to be upfront with their partner. Like most folks will listen to what I'm saying here and they will not have this conversation because they're afraid of how their partner will react. But guys, like if you look, this is my thing. Relationships are difficult, all right? It's people triggering each other's trauma constantly, and you're on a hunt for their insecurities, and they're doing the same thing with you. Like relationships are very difficult, but if you can have, and look, you don't have to be like me. Like if your girl don't play no games, don't go to your girl and be like, oh, hey babe, I seen this baddie at work, and she had these tight square. Look, if your girl don't play games, don't get in trouble, okay? Don't get in trouble. Don't be talking like how I talk. But you should have a safe space where you can tell the truth. To where you can tell the truth and be upfront. Because if you can remove the shame and you can be upfront, then y'all can navigate through difficult conversations. It's not just like the opposite sex, but like talking about things like childhood trauma, finances, politics, religion, all of the big things that are hard to talk about. There's normally an element of shame. So if you can have these tough conversations, normally it means that you'll do well. You'll do well. Kirsten, sorry you've had a rough day, and I'm happy that you're here. Hopefully your day gets better. Hopefully it gets better. Let me look through and get to some comments. Ooh, I have ADHD and RSD. My RSD is why my last relationship ended. Guys, the way that we deal with rejection, it's tough. It's tough. And Matthew on TikTok, who says that, I mean, you've identified that. So now you know that, I'm not just for you, Matthew, but anybody who deals with RSD and it's ended relationships, whenever you feel rejection, it's important to pause. Like whenever I feel rejection, I have to pause and sit there with the uncomfortable feelings and say, why do I feel like, why am I so upset about this? Like this thing, like, why is this thing pissing me off so much? Really just sit there and just ask yourself, like, why? But from a non-judgmental perspective, because we are so forgiving to other people, but we're so hard on ourselves. So Matthew, you got to be easy on yourself. Regina says, I always choose the users and losers and wankers. What does wanker mean? I'm not from England, but I would assume that that's not a good word. Wanker. Not from the UK, but you get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm so everywhere, and most folks don't understand that. And I mean, I think, like, if you date the same type of person over and over, it means that you're comfortable with that person. Normally, to get into a different side of the dating pool, you have to do something that you've never done before and deal with some uncomfortable feelings. But I want to know what wanker means. Wanker is not complicated. Yeah. Okay. Dickhead. Gotcha. Wanker. Wanker. That's funny. Question for me. Do you find it easier to open up on lives than in your relationships? It's easier for me to open up to everybody but whoever I'm dating. That's just how things have been for me my whole life. Or something that's interesting that I've seen is I can be dating somebody, and the moment that like she becomes my girlfriend, all of a sudden it's harder to open up because when I'm honest, like it just carries more emotional weight. And people train, and I don't want to get into the whole gender war, women do this, men do, but at least from my experience, I feel like women, um, yeah, women kind of train people in general, but just from my vantage point, at least in my life, women have trained me to not be upfront and to say the truth. Um, so like if I'm wearing my therapist hat, I'll tell somebody, "Oh no, open up to your woman, like like talk through your issues." But then if I take off my therapist hat and I'm just looking at life from my perspective, there's been a lot of times where I've been honest and I've been punished for it. Whether it's this starts at a young age from telling you the truth to your mom, and then you grow up and you tell the truth to your old lady, and she's like, I knew it, I knew it. I'm like, damn, relax. You told me to tell the truth. Right. And there is an aspect of neurodivergence there too, because when people ask you for the truth, they don't really want the truth. They want something that makes them feel good. So sometimes you have to figure out, like, oh, hold up. Am I supposed to say like the truth, or like what am I supposed to say? So I mean, the older I've gotten, like it's become easier for me to open up because I just kind of say what's in my mind. And like I'm not gonna date somebody and bite my tongue, because I'm not gonna date you. Like it is what it is. I'm not gonna mask with my person. Oh yeah, we forgot to drink. Somebody drop the magic word in the chat, please. Drop the magic word in the chat. Drop the magic word in the chat. Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely got some walls, but I mean, it is what it is. Oh, you'll fix me if I had $1 for how many times I've heard that from women. I'll fix you. I'm like, okay. Magic word, big cheers, big cheers, big cheers. Don't know if I believe that, but big cheers, y'all. Get your water. This is Manilo super calm drink. Go out the TikTok shop. I made videos about it, but big cheers. I don't even know what my Cash App is, Kristen. I don't even know. I have one, but I don't know what it is. I'm honest and I punish for it. Right. And it's hard to hear the truth, because there've been times where I've asked for the truth in relationship and I've gotten it from the girl that I'm dating, from the woman I'm dating, and it's been hard to hear it. And I had to sit with myself for a second and I have to realize that I'm a bit hypocritical. Like I want a safe space to tell the truth, but sometimes I don't want the truth. There have been some things that I've heard that I can't even mention on the live stream that that like she was honest, and I was like, dang, like I asked for the truth, but I ain't asked for the truth. Like, so I'm not a therapist for no man for free. Well, Dasher, how much is it gonna cost for me to get my thoughts off? How much is it gonna cost me to get my thoughts off? Oh, cursing, you ain't gotta tell me this is free. I do have a private community for my neurodivergence. The link is in the bio. I should promote that much more. But I have a private community, and that's where I'll be just getting my thoughts out. Anything that I'm working on a book right now. Like I'll take y'all through my thoughts in my private community. Link is in the bio. I need to plug that in more, because I plug in my comedy shows. Like we start April 26th in Houston, but I'll be talking about my private community much more. But yeah, like having the safe space to tell the truth, which I and look, Actually, I want to say this right here. So, Andrea, you bring up a good point. When people ask for the truth, there is a way that you should say it, right? There's tact. So there's a way to say something. You can say something in two different ways. You can say it in a kind way, and you can say it in a way that appears cruel. So you should at least always aim to be kind and place yourself in the other person's shoe when you're delivering the truth. At the same time, it's important to know that sometimes there's no matter how you say it, somebody could just not like the fact that you're saying that thing. And as a result, you can be punished for it. It doesn't always happen. Doesn't always happen, but if actually, I got a challenge. I got a challenge for y'all. For those y'all in the chat, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, ask you. Look, if you're in a relationship, right? If you're dating, ask your boyfriend or your husband. Ask him if he feels like he can be honest with you. Okay, just an experiment. No need to start an argument on a Tuesday night. No need to start an argument on this wonderful California Tuesday night. But just ask. Just ask. Hey, do you feel like you can be honest with me? And his first reaction is gonna be like, "Hold on, is this a setup? Like, what's going on? I don't want to argue tonight." But it's a good exercise to do. Oh, that was quick. Did you ask already? He says no. Wait, you just asked your boyfriend, husband if he could be honest with you? He said no? That was quick. And Jessica, a lot of times it is about the delivery, but sometimes it's just, it's hard to, it's hard. Oh, well, then, yeah, if you have no community and you're looking for community, then the paid community, I think, will definitely be something that you can benefit from. Murphy says, single looking for a good man who understands me, 30 in Georgia. Okay, Murphy. Talk to him, Murphy. Pascal says, I already know the answer is no. See? Mine has said no before. You see what I'm saying? He says no because, see, look, at least I'm happy that we have honesty here. He says no because I take things too personal. So, is this an observation that I have noticed? This is an observation I've noticed. And look, once again, this is not a red flag. It's not something to where it's like, oh no, there's a big issue in our relationship. No, it's just how the majority of relationships are, honestly. So, that's just how things are. Let me see what they're saying on TikTok. We had that conversation at the 10-year mark. Why 10-year mark? That's interesting. Say which one about neurodivergence, but we're painfully aware. I agree. Anna says, I want to know what I see the reason why people lie. Right. And look, sometimes we as neurodivergents lie too. So it's not just going to be everybody else. Sometimes we lie, but normally when we lie, especially with ADHD, lies are kind of done to avoid a consequence. That's what I've seen. You're lying to, to not be punished for something. Not that it makes it any better, but sometimes we will lie. He will also say, "Can I take something and not take it personally?" If I say no, because well, see, at least you have a way to talk through this. Like, even if y'all can be honest about this small thing, that's a really, really good sign. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. That's a good sign. We know when we're lying. We are. Tiana, we may have had this talk before. Can we make a video? Can make a video going in depth about skill regression as an adult? Yes. In fact, I've done it before, but I can definitely make some more skill regression videos. Wish upon, pedal, stuttering. Stuttering could be a sign of skill regression. It could be. Max says, we need more Jesus level women in their 20s in Maine. Mac, you're asking for a lot. Navarro says, me and my husband are always honest with each other. Always. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Someone says their husband says yes. Okay, so we have one lie in the chat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is giving y'all a hard time. I'm kidding. Ooh. Yeah, I alluded to this earlier, but perimenopause and neurospiciness is yeah, it's the goal is just to have a good day. I want to say I get it, but I don't get it. Like I will never experience perimenopause. So I get. I mean, perimenopause by itself is a trip, you know. So for those of y'all neurospicy and dealing with perimenopause, like I salute you. I salute you. Let me see. Nerve shot. What about feeling your body vibrate when nervous system is shot? What about it? Like how to deal with it? Like grounding yourself, or maybe putting your hands in some cold water or something like that could help. I'm not sure if I'm reading your question correctly. No, yeah, no pink matter. We're in the Q&A section of the live stream. I'm just answering some questions right now. When my hormones got bad, I couldn't mask at all. Right. That's what I've seen. Like when things get, when the hormones start to hormone, it becomes very difficult to mask. And some people, it's not that they unmask. It's just that the hormones like start to hormone. It makes it very difficult to continue masking. Your wife is really pretty. Which one? I ain't got issues, baby. I got this. I love your one-liners. I love your one-liners. I feel like I've always been too understanding and just allowing people to do a lot and really understanding it. And I'm trying to be more understanding to myself first. Right. And Dasha, I think for all of us, when we feel emotions that we don't understand, it's helpful to give yourself some time to just process things. Like we need time to process emotions. We need more time than most people to process emotions. Like we shouldn't quickly rush into commitments. We should pause and ask ourselves how we feel about certain things before we do certain things. So we need some time. We need time. Let me see. My blinking triggers my boyfriend, and so does my leaving the room during conflict. And look, there's a dark side to autism and ADHD, and those are the things that I look to talk about more because, and I think I do talk about that. But when you highlight those things, it helps people feel like they're not losing it, and it gives you a solution and a way out. You can process your emotions, go through it. Let me see. Oh, Andrea, I like your one-liners for sure. I've learned that my neurodiversity due to the menopause process has been rough. Oh no, it certainly can be. It certainly can be. You have I don't know why people think I have more than one wife. I don't have a wife. But it's my little running joke. And when people aren't like, people jump in and out of the live stream. So depending on where we are in the live stream, I'll go ahead and I'll say, oh, my third wife. Ugh, I hate my third wife. I want a man to agree with my idea of polygamy. I'm still thinking about, like all that poly stuff. I don't know if it's more so of I need 18 women or more so of the idea of autonomy. I'm more convinced that it's an autonomy thing. Like I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But more importantly, I just want space. I just want space, or to be my one person that you can be yourself with is better than 4 wives. One person you can be yourself with is better than 100 wives, honestly. Not that there's anybody out there who has 100 wives nowadays, but you get my point. You get my point. I hit me in positive 30. Unmasking did happen for sure. Oh, the good side of unmasking. Now you can be yourself. I like that. I like that. And yeah, no, we should definitely give ourselves time to process things for sure. More time, like more time than the neurotypical person. What things to look out for with high IQ and ADHD? Probably intellectualizing things. You know, you may run to intellectualize things and make sense of why you do what you do without analyzing how you can adapt. And then you can play that game where you're all up in your head. That's the first thought that comes to mind. More than one does sound like a headache. Honestly, it definitely does. But in theory, it sounds very good in theory. Like, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to the second wife. Like, I'm gone. Someone says, "Are you polyamorous?" No, I'm just a hoe. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm not even dating right now. No, not even. I'm just enjoying my space and playing NCAA. MLB 26 just came out on the PlayStation, so I just downloaded that game. So I'll be playing that for a little bit. I'll be playing that game for a little bit. Test your poly theory in The Sims. Sims, is that a game? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Polygamy should be legal. I mean, yeah, I think it should be, but once again, I think most people like the idea sounds better than the actual thing. Like I know that for a fact. Like I don't know how a real polygamous situation would work, but the idea, I'm sure. I mean, as this with most things, you know, most things in life, the idea is better than the actual thing, which is most definitely how I think things are for this. Oh, you're burnt out. You've been married for 10 years. You're burnt out. I mean, last time you were single, we were on the iPhone 7. What? iPhone 6, iPhone 7? Yeah. You might need to just not. If the last time you were dating, we were on an iPhone 6 and now we're on an iPhone 17. Oh, Mickey Ficky. Someone says, I like poly because I like the usual idea of relationship doesn't apply to me anyway. And look, guys, I will say that there's a lot of people who maybe may not be poly, but they want the idea of a relationship that has non-traditional rules. Like if you can get a monogamous relationship where we have the idea of compersion, you know, not having all this jealousy, and you can be yourself, and you know you can tell the truth. I think most people would sign up for that. Most would sign up for that, honestly. a lot of corn. I'm weak, Andrea. Definitely off my head, but struggle to be free emotional. So Katie, look, I don't know what normal is. I don't know what normal is, but it's definitely something that a lot of us who are neurodivergent can struggle with, like overthinking and being in our head. There's two worlds going on: the actual world that we live in, and then the world that you have within your head. Okay. The more you operate within the real world, I think the more free you will be. Let me see. I'm not burnt out. Okay, all right. You haven't dated since the iPhone 6 Plus. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. It's not for me. Difference. Kate, like it's good to know if it's not for you. It's good to know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about like the ethical non-monogamy rules, but there's a whole community around that. There's a whole community around that. And the Houston show, ah, Potty, I'm sorry that you can't make it for the show, but the Houston show, the link is in the bio. If you hit the link in my bio on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, if you hit the link in my bio, the Houston show will be the first or second link up on there. It's the first stop on our tour. Houston, April 26th, Nashville, May 31st, New York City, June 11th, Chicago, Illinois, June 18th. So those are the stops that we have in the tour so far, with more cities to be added later. We're looking into Seattle and Oklahoma City and a couple of others to add on our stops. But so far we have Houston, Nashville, New York City, and then Chicago. So hopefully you can make it, but if you can't, then I appreciate you. Coming to Vegas, I would love to come to Vegas. And Out of My Depths said, ethical non-monogamy is immediate no for me. Tried it. I need lots of alone time to recharge. Well, respect. 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 And we do need alone time. We do need alone time. Grace, I'm happy that I get to come to your hometown first. And I hope to see you and your folks at the show. What on the school, Levita? Might be shared on the school. What on the school? Sometimes I record things to Oh. Hey, look, this is not a bad idea, honestly. This is not a bad idea. This actually is a golden idea, I think. Record things and process them later. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. The Houston show, we'll see. Yeah, okay. I'm sure a little clip should be okay. I'm sure a little clip should be okay. And look, I would love to come to Australia. In fact, one of the comedians who is coming on tour with me, Frankie Marcos, he's touring right now in Australia. So he's coming straight from Australia. He's going to do a show in San Francisco, and after that, he's flying to Houston to come be with me on night one of the tour. So he has connections in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth. So I would love to come to Australia. He already has the connections. Now I would love to. Clearly, we have people in Australia who want me to come out there, and I want to come out there. So I would love to come out there. Mockingjay, I would love to come to the UK as well. Camper reservations. View option. I don't know what you mean by that. All who wonder are free on TikTok. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You know what's funny? I was just thinking about Fairbanks, Alaska. Look, a very random spot that you just mentioned, but I was just thinking about Fairbanks, Alaska. I did a show last year in Juneau, Alaska. I love Juneau. A lot of love from Dr. Kojo to Juneau, Alaska. Great, great, great place. People should vacation in Alaska more. It's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem. I love Alaska. I love Alaska. Oh. This side. Cynthia. Can we get this sign up for Cynthia? Let's get this sign up for Cynthia. This whole show, no sign. Come on. There you go, Cynthia. There you go. There you go. There you go. Jessica, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. And Ashley, no, that's a great idea to record things and process it later. When I mentioned the Seattle show, I kind of grouped Seattle and Tacoma all together. And I'm not sure what venues my promoter has, but we are looking to do Seattle. Perth, Australia, gotcha. Perth. Perth. Gotcha. Somebody saying hi from Denmark. Okay, we'd love to come there eventually. And JD asking when is Houston. Houston is, oh, you're in Houston. Canadian living in HTX. That's Houston, Texas, y'all. Houston show is April 26th at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. And that's it's a Titans blanket. It's not a Seahawks blanket. It's a Tennessee Titans blanket. It's a Tennessee Titans blanket. Yep. I would love to come out to Maine. I'd love to come out to Maine. I'm in Canada. I did a show in Vancouver a couple weeks ago, but it wasn't a headline show. I'd love to do it in Vancouver eventually. The dog is at the dog sitter. Speaking of the dog, my dog bit another dog. So it looks like that'll be her last time going to this particular dog sitter. But I have another place that she can go. With me being on the road a lot, I mean, we're gonna have like flights. You have 4 weekends in a month, 4 or 5 weekends out of the month. Most weekends I'm gonna be gone. So looks like my dog just gotta find places for her to be, but she's not here right now. She's not here right now. But look, I get my dog tomorrow and I send her back to the doggy daycare the next day. I gotta fly again this weekend, and then next week. Actually, speaking of that, oh wow. So okay, all right. So next week I am on the go, Mickey Ficky. Okay, next week I'm gonna go. Think about the shows that we do next week. Probably, I'll figure it out on Thursday. I'll figure it out on Thursday, but I may get I may get my California wife to join me on the live stream. Oh, my dog is no, she's just too much for traveling. Too much. Oh, nah, nobody can watch my dog for free. She's ridiculous. She is ridiculous. Esther, you come to the show in New York City? I can't wait to see you in New York. I cannot wait to see you. That's going to be June 11th. This is going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show. No, she doesn't really bite, but she she's crazy when it comes to food and toys. So she bit another dog. It's I don't know. It threw me off. Crystal said, Ohio wife here. I have a wife in Ohio? I didn't know I had a wife in Ohio. That's a 5th wife. Oh my goodness. This spousal support is going to get expensive. Guys, this economy is too much to have 5 wives now. It's too much now. Oh, you're in Vancouver. Oh, I love Vancouver. I love Vancouver, British Columbia. I love Vancouver. I did not know that you were there. But I'll be popping in to do a couple more shows at the Underground Comedy Club in Vancouver. Y'all like to laugh. Y'all are so nice. Y'all are so nice in Vancouver. Like overly nice. Even more nice than people in Toronto. So I would love to come over there. I have a wife in Maine too. Oh, okay. I have a wife in St. Louis. I have a wife in St. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but no, Lovita, my dog is not good with trips. Like she can do it, but it's oh my goodness. It's Esther, you are my new favorite person. You have two more friends coming with you to the show in New York. I love New York City. And also the New York and Chicago shows are on Thursday nights. I just want to mention that. The New York and Chicago shows are on Thursday nights. Houston's on a Sunday night. Nashville's on a Sunday night as well. Then we have Thursday nights in there too. Oh, I do it all the time. Yeah. Night me and daytime me are different people. I got another wife in Florida. Hey, you know what? I'm about to quit all of my jobs because this spousal support is going to be crazy. In fact, if you look, guys, for the fellas out there, if you have a lot of wives and you want to get rid of them, you don't have to break up with them. Just quit all your jobs, okay? Just quit your job. Stop making cut off all your sources of income, and guess what? The wives will just disappear. They'll just fade away. So look. I got a wife in Florida. I got a wife in uh, Ohio. Right, right. Look at us, a union. How much does he give you for this? Oh, he has been taking care of his chores over here. I gotta do the dishes in Ohio. I gotta sweep the floors in Florida. Spousal support. Oh my goodness. you, you know what? Last thing I'll say before I get ready and go to the gym. Uh, when I gave the keynote speech 2 years ago at the ADHD conference in Anaheim, I met the guy. There's a guy from North Carolina. He and his wife produce a show, Sister Wives, and we exchanged numbers. Like I have his number right now. I don't know what we would do. I don't know what type of show we would do, but he was like, "Oh, have you heard of that show, Sister Wives?" I'm like, "Have I? I know this show." He's like, "Yeah, we produce it." I'm like, "Get out of here." He and his wife are both ADHD. So, oh, I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. Oh, actually, you know what? If my wives are sugar mamas, then yes, yes. In that case, I got one in Florida, I got one in Ohio, I got one in North Carolina. I could use somebody to help me with the bills, help me take care of my dog. My dog bites, by the way. Montana, I've never been to Montana. I'd love to come eventually. I would love to come to Montana eventually. Or time I'm gonna rob the bank today. I don't know, but I'll let you know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sugar mama, sure. I don't know what you heard about Neurospicy Cruise. No, actually, I keep saying that. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. There's people who hit me up about throwing these events and things like this. I think this would be a fun idea in theory, like a cruise. But we'll have to see. Probably won't be something that we sponsor because there's just too many. You know, I like to keep liability down, so that's why I do comedy shows. But in theory, a Neurospicy Cruise would be hella fun. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be super fun. Super, super, super fun. Oh, your dog bites too. No, no. That's too much. That's too much. Oh yeah. I got 5. You can get one. I just want to say thank you for your videos, podcast resources. All right, and let me get serious for a second. Esther, thank you so much for this comment. This means a lot to me because I this, I'm saying growing up, it would have been helpful to have my mom understand things about me. And yeah, and look, I'm 33 years old and I'm still trying to get my mom to understand things. And like, if we're being honest, I've just stopped trying because you can't make people see things that they can't see, you know? So for your son to have you and for you to understand how he is and how he operates, and for you to create a world for him where he can be himself, he's gonna do so much better in life. Like he's gonna be, he's gonna do so much better when you have people on your side that understand you, that don't force you to do things that is just not congruent with your brain. It's, I mean, these comments, I love these comments. I can't get to all the comments I get like this, but these comments mean so much to me. It means so much to me. And I don't have moments where I'm burnt out a lot from content because I love making content. So this doesn't happen too often, but every now and then I do get burnt out. And then when I see these comments, man, like I get all the energy in the world. Like I'm ready to run through a wall. Like I feel like I can make 35 videos tonight just looking at these comments. So yeah, thank you so much. I just want to say that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, you bite too? Okay, I'll bite back. I'm weak. I'm weak. LRA says, came across your page. Hey, guys, the one thing about this algorithm is if you get my content, like, I mean, you get it for a reason. You get it for a reason. And if you feel like it's just you who are experiencing something, no, go through the comment section. Like you'll find other people who are going through similar, like go through the comment section. And then you'll be like, damn, I never had a unique experience in my life. So shout out to the algorithm. Shout out to the algorithm. Look, man, I keep going on and on. My mom probably autistic too, because like you get it from somewhere. But yeah, and there's a big difference between people who want the help and people who need the help. The reason why I'm smiling on this live stream and the reason why I have energy is because I align myself with people who want the help, people who want the information. Some people need the information and they're undiagnosed and they're divergent, but if they need it but they don't want it and you try and force it onto them, then it's gonna be like a cult. Like I'm trying to force this info on you. It never works. If you go to the people who they want the information, you will be happy. So that's why I'm happy. I only want to deal with people who want the information. If you appreciate the content, you rock with it, you like the live streams, I'm here for you. If you don't like it, I'm not in the business of convincing. Like I would love for y'all to come out to their shows. I would love for y'all to watch the videos. I would love for y'all to share. But if you don't like it, then it's fine. Like it is cool. I'm not in the business of convincing at all. And yeah, a neurospicy cruise would be fun. Like the me that makes plans and the me that follows through with them, two different me's. So like I could be like, no, I don't want to do that. But right now it sounds very fun. Sounds hella fun. You pop up my reels on Facebook. Mac, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's my bestie. Jennifer, I've been watching you. Jennifer, like I exist as a fly in the walls of your house, and I watch you and I study you. I'm perfectly happy with how I am. Right. No, it's good to put a name to it. It's good to you do so much better once you know what's going on. You gotta put a name to it. Yeah. And you either get this emotional support from your family or you stop wanting it. Because when you don't want it, not wanting something is just as good as having it. Keep that in mind. It's our desires that keep us unhappy for the most part. So wanting that support from your family and not getting it, tough. It's tough. Find me on a dupe scroll. Kind of creepy. What did I say? I be saying things I forget what I said. I can't wait to come to Sydney, Australia. I'm coming there eventually. Oh. Come there eventually. The medical evaluation, yeah. Okay. And look, Jennifer, co-parenting is tough. You're doing the best that you can. You're doing the best that you can. Until they be cake. That's funny. All right. Yeah, this is a good stopping point for the live stream, y'all. This is a last thing. Murphy said, single looking for a good man who understands me, 30 in Georgia. And then someone says, this is not a dating stream. Hey, leave Murphy alone now. Have a great workout at the gym. Yeah, I gotta hit this gym. This is gonna be a late night. benching session. It's going to be a great session. All right, y'all. So that's it for tonight's live stream. We're back Thursday night, 6-ish West Coast time, which is 9-ish East Coast time, right? So 9-ish New York City time, which is 8-ish Nashville, Tennessee time, which is 7-ish Phoenix, Arizona time, which is 6-ish Seattle, Washington time, which is 5-ish Alaska time, which is 4-ish Hawaii time, which is 2 a.m. ish UK and Ireland time. So I will see y'all then. There's going to be another great live stream on Thursday night. And like I said, for the comedy shows, comedy show information, hit the link in the bio. We kick off in 3.5 weeks in Houston. Next month, we're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Then the following month after that, we're going to be in New York City, then in Chicago. So great live stream. Until Thursday, y'all take care and take it easy and try and get some sleep. Love y'all. Peace.